Hello everybody, this is Max McAllister from Traction Dynamics here today. I want to talk to you about a problem I had with my Wahoo Kickr and show you what I found and show you what I did to fix it to get me back to riding. So earlier today I was joyfully and gleefully riding my mountain bike up the Alpe d'Huez in Alpe de Zwift in the Zwift world of Watopia. And I reached the top of the climb, crossed the finish line, all victorious. Everything was super cool. I coasted for a moment, waiting for the little trophy spinner board to go off, and magically I finally got the super duper set of custom wheels they give away randomly. And so I was very happy. I went to turn my pedals to do a U-turn and start back down the mountain, and my cranks were locked on my bike, and I couldn't figure out what was up. So pedaled backwards. My cranks are free, so it's not my bike, and so something had gone wrong with my trainer. Now, they normally get quite hot to the touch on the flywheel back here. So if you've never tried it, don't just go slap your hand on it, but come and feel. It'll be quite hot. Particularly if you've been climbing for a long period of time or you're putting out a lot of watts. Not that I'm a superhero, I'm like a 220 FTP rider, so it's not like I'm doing what the pros were doing today in the virtual Tour de France. So doing 7 watts per kilo steadily up the Mont Ventoux. So anyway, so the first step to figuring out what had gone wrong with the trainer is you have to get the belt off of it. So in my case, I went ahead and while I was doing all this, put fresh grease in the bearings. This is a 2018 plus Wahoo Kickr, so this is the latest version with the quiet belt. There's some videos on how to remove the belt or adjust the belt. I've got one of those myself under Cycle with Max. So you can find that there. But basically what it entails is removing this plastic cover that's here. That requires a number 1 Phillips screwdriver. There's some little tiny screws in 2 or 3 places. A couple of them are hiding. One's hiding here under your handle. There's one that's tucked down under here that you'll need to get to. Another one that's a little more obvious is right out here. And then there's a couple of Allen screws on the front that are pretty obvious. Those are 2.5 millimeter. You'll use a 4 mil Allen key to loosen this lock screw on the drive belt tensioner. Then a 2.5 mil Allen key through the hole here relaxes. You just unscrew it to relax the belt. And then you can take the belt off. And down, there'll be a shaft that comes out of this hole that has this pulley on it here. You'll need to remove this pulley. And so there is a 5 millimeter Allen that goes there. You just pull that out. This is like just a very tight fit. It's a slip fit, but it's a tight one. So take the tip of a very thin flat blade screwdriver, put it behind it, and just pry a little bit while you gently, and actually rotating the screwdriver is ideal instead of just prying against the plastic. So, and this will come forward and just pull it away. There's a key, an alignment key that's in a slot. You'll need to pry that loose with the screwdriver. Put all that to the side. Then take some sort of a soft-headed mallet, tap on the shaft, the end of the shaft of the flywheel, and your flywheel will exit stage left. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to walk you through this. Flywheel will exit stage left. All right. So that's that. Now you got this out. So, once I had the belt off, it was easy to figure out. You just spin your pulley. Hey, my pulley's fine. Nothing's wrong there, and it's quiet. So then it was easy to grab the flywheel, and the flywheel is seized. So that was the end of that. So as soon as the flywheel came out, the problem presented itself. And basically this is one of these black insulating bands around the coils on the stator that's inside of here, and basically it just tore and fell off of this coil right here. And when it dropped down in the bottom of the trainer the trainer, it wedged itself between the inner diameter of the flywheel and one of these outer cores for the induction coils for your resistance that's created electronically. So anyway, that gap between the flywheel, between the ID of the flywheel and these exposed metal surfaces is very small. That's all it took to jam the thing completely solid to where you could not turn it in any gear. So so I simply removed it. I took some cleaner and made sure that the little bit of rubber that had smeared inside of the flywheel here was completely gone. Just used some electrical contact cleaner. This says brake cleaner, but it's actually electrical contact cleaner. Wipe that out nice and clean. There's no actual dust because it actually just seized and never moved again, so it really didn't make any mess. While I was in here, I took the time to pop the seal off of both these bearings, pack them with extra grease to make sure they're fresh and ready to go. And then I've put a light film of grease on the shaft, and I took some I have some high-end 3M electrical tape and did 3 wraps around that coil again to sort of emulate the original coil that was there. Let me put this back. Sorry, I'm only no cameraman, and so you just slide the flywheel back into the bore, and magically my Wahoo Kickr is fixed. So I'm going to do the whole reassembly here now, and I'll be back to rocking tomorrow. So anyway, that's by the way, the last 2 times I've ridden, and this decorative cap that goes in there has just shot off and taken off flying across the room. So I'm going to find a better way to secure that in there, because it just seems to not be holding tight enough on my trainer. So if you ever see this thing come flying off shooting off and darting across your room, and can't figure out where it is, it actually goes in that hole on your trainer as a decorative cover. So all right, well, that's what I found, and that's what I've done to fix it. So hopefully if you're in a foreign land or someplace where you use your trainer so much you don't want to mail it away, this was a quick, simple, and easy fix. The whole thing is going to be less than 30 minutes, and I'm back on the road. So all right, I'm Max. Thanks for watching my video here. Don't forget to like this.